Hi, this is David from David's Broken Note. Today we're going to be doing the basic cleaning for the flute head joint. And I'm going to split this video into two sections, where number one is going to be what you guys can do at home, and number two is going to be what we do here at the shop. So here are some of the basic supplies that you'll want to have. Our suggested chemical for cleaning and polishing the head joint is going to be Flute. This stuff is fantastic. It's great for removing tarnish. Then we use the Scott Shop Original cloths. They're very tough, but at the same time very soft, so it's not going to damage or scratch the silver plating on this flute. And then lastly, we'll come in with the flute polishing cloth. It's a rouge treated cloth, so it's gonna get the last little bits of tarnish while slightly polishing and buffing a little bit of the head joint when we're done. And then just some extra pieces you don't have to have, but some Q-tips just makes it easy to reach into some of the smaller and hard to reach spots that you might not be able to get into by hand. But we're gonna speed up the video next. This is very simple. We're just gonna add some of the flits onto some of our Scott cloth and wipe off the outside. And then once that's done, we'll spray it with the Roche Thomas Mighty Mist to sterilize the instrument. So very simple, nothing difficult about this portion. And then after that, when we get into portion number two, we'll show you guys how we're going to remove the crown as well as the cork assembly that's inside and replace the cork, and then put this all back together and get the cork in the proper spot for intonation, so that way the flute plays properly. So stay tuned, we'll show you in a second. This is part two of cleaning the head joint for the flute. So we've got this tool that I made when I was at school about 10 years ago that has this little white line that's specifically measured to be able to be right in the middle of the lip plate to where the head joint cork, to measure that it's in its right spot for proper intonation so the flute plays in tune properly. If it's too far to one direction, either the left or to the right, then the flute will have a bit of a challenge playing in tune. So if you're having tuning issues, this could be one reason why. Let's take a look. There we go. Yep. It should be here, and here we are off to the left. So this isn't going to be playing in tune super easily, so replacing the head joint cork will do us a little bit of good. It has been about 10 years since this one's been replaced, so we'll find out how bad it is. And before we replace it, we're going to clean the inside of the head joint with some soap and water and nylon brushes. We don't want to brush the outside so we don't scratch the silver, but the inside will be okay as long as we're gentle. So let's take a look. I'm going to zoom out. We'll remove the head joint cork. There we go. Oh, and look at that. Yep, it's been 10 years. So this is just food, gunk, bacteria, calcification that's just been building up over time and sitting inside the instrument right where your mouth goes. Okay. So we're going to take this all apart, we're going to clean everything up, and then we'll put in the new cork. Okay, so we've cleaned the head joint. Now we're going to take apart the crown and the assembly along with it so we can replace the cork entirely. Just unthread the crown. Take off this backing piece. There we go. And then we're just going to throw this cork away. I'm going to clean this up a little bit. Just grab a cloth and I'll spray it with alcohol as well. Get rid of all those excess cork pieces that stuck to it. Okay. Some people like to sand the head joint cork to fit the head joint. I don't, just because sanding it removes, well, it's going to remove material and it's going to shorten the life of the cork, and I want it to last as long as possible. But for higher end flutes, it's not bad. I mean, you don't want a cork that's too big that's going to expand the head joint at all, because then you're just going to have these bend marks inside the head joint. But for a student model flute, this will be fine. You don't need to sand it. I think that's overkill. And all we're going to do is put this back in, use our little measuring tool, and we're looking for that little white line. And it's got a lot of pressure, which is good. So I'm going to zoom out for a second. Go down. And let's check. Not yet. And there we go, right in the middle. Add the crown back on. And we are set. That is all that we need to do for this, and it'll be good to go for the next person. Appreciate you guys checking out the video. I hope you guys, again, will check out our suggested instrument maintenance list. This, again, is part 2, not something that you guys need to do at home. This is what we do here at the shop. But part 1, something we definitely suggest that you guys do at least once a month. Keep yourselves safe. Just no reason anyone should get sick from these instruments. So we hope you guys are doing well, and we'll see you in the next video. Thank you.